Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Students, now in this video we are discussing role of macro elements. Purely and perfectly we are going to discuss the role of macro elements. So under the role of macro elements, for the first time we are discussing nitrogen. Now this is a essential nutrient required by the plants in the greatest amounts. Means here if you see the means here macromolecules, there are different types of macromolecules are there. So we may ask, sir, here there are many different types of macromolecules are there. Then among all these macronutrients, so what is a major or what is some element or what is a molecule mostly absorbed by the plants? Means here at the time now our answer must be nitrogen. So here the nitrogen is a major element which is absorbed by the plants in major quantities. Okay, so means here the nitrogen element which is required to the plants in huge quantities. So I think so that point also I have mentioned in some other place. So now let us have the information. So how this particular thing is going to be taken place. So now first of all, it is an essential nutrient required by the plants in the greatest amounts. It is absorbed as NO3. So it is absorbed as NO3. Later, what is the point? It is absorbed as NO3 and it is also sometimes through the some of also taken up as NO2 or NH4. So NH2 or NH4. Next one, nitrogen is required by the all parts of the plant, particularly by the meristematic tissues. Metabolically. So first of all, particularly required by the metabolic tissues or the meristematic tissues and metabolically active cells. So here one important thing we need to remember. So where we are finding the metabolic activity cells, so those particular cells only we are taking as meristematic cells, but here separately they have given. Actually meristematic cells, if you see the meristematic cells, in a meristematic cells we will notice the metabolic activities in huge rates or in high rates. Okay, so thereby here we can take either meristematic cells or metabolically active cells. But here in the textbook, they have mentioned 2. That's why even though they have mentioned 2, so let us take a 2 also. Okay, now the nitrogen is one of the major constituents of the proteins. Nitrogen is the major constituents of the proteins, nucleic acids, vitamins, and some other kind of like hormones and all. So thereby here what is the point now I am going to give you is, if you see that the nitrogen is required by the plants in huge quantities, and particularly if you see there particularly where it is required means particularly it is required to the meristematic tissues. It is required to the meristematic tissues and the metabolically active cells. and the nitrogen is a major nitrogen is one of the major constituents of the proteins, nucleic acids, vitamins and hormones. Means in formation of all these kind of nucleic acids, so definitely nitrogen is required. So means, so in where and where the, suppose if you take their vitamins formation point of view, or the nucleic acids of formation point of view, and proteins of formation point of view, hormones of formation point of view, likewise there are different types of major constituents of formation concern. So definitely each and every major constituent formation point of view, definitely there is a nitrogen involvement. Easy information only, but we have to discuss, that's why we are discussing. Okay, next one, phosphorus point of view. The phosphorus is absorbed by the plants from the soil in the form of phosphate ions. Means suppose if you take the phosphorus generally is absorbed from the soil as phosphate ions. So this particular point also you try to remember. In the phosphate ions point of view, what are the main important points we have to remember now? One is H2PO4 or HPO4. Two forms, either this one or that one, H2PO4 or HPO4. Okay, so later, so one more thing is, next one, the phosphorus is a constituent of cell membrane and certain proteins and the nucleic acids and nucleotides and required for the all phosphorylation reactions. Means here if you see there, generally the phosphorus absorbed by the plants from the soil in the form of phosphate ions we see. So now here how many forms generally? H2PO4 as well as HPO4 2-. So likewise there are two important forms over there. In two important forms generally plants absorb the phosphorus from the soil. Later the phosphorus is a constituent of a cell membrane. So why? Because if you see the structure of cell membrane, already we have seen so many times what it is. Definitely so definitely here the plants definitely required the phosphorus in a certain, means in a preparation of or in a making of cell membranes and certain proteins and all nucleic acids. Means here in the nucleic acids, our knowledge point of view, two types of nucleic acids are there. One is DNA and one more is RNA. So in making of DNA and RNA point of view, definitely there is a involvement of phosphorus and nucleotides. In making of nucleotides also, means if you see there one nucleotide, so definitely nucleotides point of view means three components together, means the phosphate, pentose sugar and nitrogen bases. The phosphate, pentose sugar and nitrogen bases, these three these three components together we are taking as one nucleotide, and definitely this phosphorus is required for the all metabolic activities point of view. Means here definitely for starting of all metabolic activities energy is required, no? So that particular energy formation point of view, so definitely phosphorus is required. Why? Because suppose if you take the energy form is ATP. Energy form is ATP. So now how ATP is nothing but adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate means one an energy form. No, there are three molecules of phosphorus is there. So now how this particular ATP formation going to be taken place? By the process of phosphorylation. So by the process of phosphorylation, so definitely phosphorus involves in the making of ATP. Okay, so thereby under phosphorus, what are the points we are discussing? So generally phosphorus is absorbed by the plants in two forms, H2PO4- or HPO4 2-. Next one, the phosphorus involvement is there in making of cell membrane, certain proteins, all nucleic acids, nucleotides, and so definitely the phosphorus is required in making of ATP. ATP is nothing but energy form, no, by the process of phosphorylation. Next one, potassium point of view, it is absorbed as potassium ions. It is absorbed as potassium ions, and potassium ions means K plus ions. So there what are the main important points? Potassium ions, and in plants it is required in more abundant quantities in meristematic tissues. Emma path one more time. It is observed as potassium ion. Emma in plants this is required in more abundant quantities where in meristematic tissues. In meristematic tissues, no, definitely there is an involvement, or these meristematic tissues depends on the potassium. So why? Because they required. Okay, so why? Because there while the metabolic activities are going on a very rapid force, no, rapid fast, so at the time, no, they needed the potassium. Later buds, leaves and root tips. So likewise there are so many places definitely needs the presence of potassium. Later potassium helps to maintain an anion cation balance in the cells. Potassium definitely helps to maintain anion cation balance in the cells and is involved in protein synthesis. So definitely potassium involves in the protein synthesis and as well as opening and closing of stomata. One more time, once you see that it is observed as potassium ions. In plants this is required in more abundant quantities in the meristematic tissues, but leaves and not only this one, buds, leaves and root tips and meristematic tissues. Likewise, if you take the parts of the plants, no, it requires in abundant quantities. Later potassium helps to maintain an anion cation balance. So definitely it is required. It is required to maintain the anion cation balance in the cells, as well as it is involved in protein synthesis. Definitely it involves in the protein synthesis, and the opening and closing of stomata concerned, or the process of opening of stomata and closing of stomata concerned, definitely potassium is required. Next one, activation of enzymes. Even activation of enzymes point of view, as well as in the maintenance of the turgidity of the cells. In maintenance of the turgidity of cells concerned, so definitely potassium is required. So definitely potassium is required in abundant quantities. So definitely the potassium is required in abundant quantities. So in all kind of metabolic activities, not only that one, even activation of enzymes point of view, or the activation of enzymes point of view, or the maintenance of turgidity cells point of view, or the opening and closing of stomata point of view, or the balancing of anion cation balance point of view. Likewise, so we will see the more number of activities of the potassium. So here what is the point? No, so thereby the calcium members. Next one, calcium. So it is absorbed calcium, or the plants absorbs calcium from the soil in the form of calcium ions. One more time. So generally how the plants absorbs the calcium means, so here in the form of calcium ions. Where? From where? Again from the soil only. Okay, so means one point another save paniko adenana calcium. So calcium point of view, plants absorbs the calcium from the soil in the form of calcium ions. Calcium ions Ca2+, that is a calcium ion. So later second point, calcium is required by the meristematic cells and differentiating cells. Definitely calcium is required by the meristematic cells as well as differentiating cells. So this point another save paniko. So differentiating of cells point of view, or the meristematic cells means here one point did you observe or not? In nitrogen we have seen the nitrogen involvement in meristematic cells we seen, but in phosphorus we didn't see the meristematic cells concerned. Means a phosphorus, which is, I think so, it is not required by the meristematic cells. Later potassium, In potassium, no, we have seen the definitely potassium involvement is there in meristematic cells we see. Now in calcium also we are observing. Calcium also is required by the meristematic cells and differentiating cells. Next one, during cell division, it is used in the synthesis of a cell wall. During cell division, so definitely the calcium is required. It is required for the synthesis of cell wall, and particularly as calcium pectate in the middle lamellum. Means here, if you take the cell wall, there 3 parts like we can be divided: the primary cell wall, secondary cell wall, and cell membrane. So here in cell membrane formation point of view, definitely there is involvement of calcium. So thereby, if you see the chemical composition of the cell membrane, there calcium and magnesium pectates involvement is there. Okay, so thereby definitely calcium is required in middle lamellum formation. Next one, it is also needed during the formation of mitotic spindle fibers. Means here one is the main important need bit. So it is also required or it is also needed during the formation of mitotic spindle fibers. Later, it accumulates in accumulates in older leaves. Point, did you understand? It accumulates in older leaves. Why? Because in a previous chapter, if you see there, there are different types of elements which will be translocated from the one place to another place. But the calcium elements which will not be translocated or which will not be transferred from the one place to another place we learned. Did you remember? That's why motility or the mobilized elements we have taken so many number of elements, but immobility or immobile element we have taken, what is the example? Calcium. Means there are different types of elements which will be translocated from the older leaves to younger leaves. So but here the calcium which will not be translocated, means except calcium, so there are many different types of elements which will be translocated. So that's why, what is the point here we are understanding? It accumulates, it means calcium accumulates in older leaves. Accumulates in older leaves means in older leaves nothing is there, means definitely there the calcium will be there now. In older leaves also, while senescence process is going to be taken place, all nutrients which will be translocated from the older leaves to young one. At the time, all kind of nutrients will be translocated except calcium. So thereby, if you see in older leaves, only calcium will be there. So that is the point here we are discussing. Next one, it is involved in the normal functioning of the cell membranes. So again, the calcium is required for the keeping the cell membranes function in proper way. Means for the proper functioning of the cell membranes, so definitely, or the normal functioning of the cell membrane, again the calcium is required. Next one, it activates certain enzymes. It activates certain enzymes and it helps in or it playing an important role in regulating metabolic activities. So means here for the activation of certain enzymes concerned and for keeping of regulation of metabolic activities concerned, so definitely the calcium is required. So likewise, so here sir, calcium point of view, there are many points are there. Mostly what are the points in NEET examination point of view we have to remember means. So first one, here you see there differentiating cells are there now. So this is nulla point save pannikonga. Next one here, the mitotic spindle fibers involvement formation point of view, calcium is required. And so they may ask what is the element which accumulates more in older leaves. Suppose if they ask means, so our answer must be calcium. Likewise, so there are many important points over there, but 3 or 4 points you don't forget. First one is calcium definitely is involved in the mitotic spindle fibers formation, that is only during cell division. Bipolar spindle fibers of formation we see now. So in that bipolar spindle fibers of formation point of view, definitely there is involvement of calcium. Okay, later Next one, it accumulates in the older leaves. Later, it helps in the, or it requires by the meristematic cells as well as differentiating cells. Even that point also save pannikonga. Later, magnesium. So let us start to discuss the next major element. It is absorbed by the plants in the form of divalent ions, means Mg2+. Okay, next one, it activates the enzymes of respiration as well as photosynthesis. Means definitely, did you remember one point or not? While discussing in a previous video, we have discussed the major elements or the essential elements. Our knowledge point of view, broadly we have been divided into 4 categories. Under third one, Zn2+ is required. So likewise, Mg2+ is required for the activation of the enzymes which are involved in the photosynthesis as well as respiration. Under third point, did you remember? So same point here we are discussing in second line also. What is the point? So it is absorbed by the plants in the form of divalent Mg2+ ions. Later, it activates the enzymes of respiration as well as of photosynthesis and are involved in the synthesis of DNA and RNA. Means here not only in activation of enzymes which are essential for the respiration as well as photosynthesis, and it also involves in the synthesis of DNA and RNA. So means here the magnesium is not components of the nucleic acids, but magnesium is required to synthesize the DNA as well as RNA. Why? Because if you see the DNA and RNA chemical compounds are there, phosphate is there, pentose sugar is there, and nitrogen bases are there. Means chemical structure concerned, the magnesium is not involved in the chemical structure of the chemical component, but which helps in the synthesis of DNA and RNA. Later, magnesium is a constituent of the ring or structure of the chlorophyll. So here this particular point you will see. So what is a diagram of chlorophyll? So you will see in the next chapter what we are going to discuss furtherly. So there you will see the structure of chlorophyll. Means here what is the point here I can give no. If you see the structure of chlorophyll, central atom. So what is the central atom is present in the structure of chlorophyll is magnesium. Even that point also is important. Later, the magnesium helps to maintain the structure of ribosomes. So here I think so this point I have given in the cell the unit of life chapter. Okay, so now here what is the point? The magnesium is also required to the maintenance of or maintain the ribosome structure. So means definitely ribosome structure maintenance point of view means here ribosome, if you take the ribosome either 70 years or 80 years type of ribosome, there 2 subunits are there. Suppose if you take a 70 years type of ribosome, 30 years and small subunit and 50 years is large subunit we took. Likewise 80 years type of ribosomes, 60 years and 40 years large subunit and small subunit respectively we took. So there when both large subunit and small subunit are comes together, then only it will be that particular ribosome we are taking as active ribosome. Means large subunit and small subunit suppose being separated. Suppose when they are separated, at the time that particular ribosome we should not call it as active one. We have to take it as inactive ribosome. What is my point? If large subunit and small subunit are being together or present together, then only that particular ribosome we can take it as active ribosome. In making of active ribosome, definitely what is the element is required? Magnesium is required. That's why here what is the point here we have written? Magnesium is required or it helps to maintain the ribosome structure. That is the point. Later, sulfur. So under sulfur, what are the points? Plants obtain the sulfur in the form of sulfate ions or in the form of sulfate. SO4, 4 koncham kilovaru, SO4 2-. Next one, the sulfur is present in 2 amino acids. This is neat bit. Sulfur is present in 2 amino acids. One is cysteine and one more is methionine. Means, so sulfur only it is present in just in 2 amino acids according to our subject biology concern. So one is a cysteine and one more is methionine. In cysteine amino acid and methionine amino acid, definitely we will observe the involvement of sulfur. Means here the sulfur is acting as one of the constituents in cysteine as well as methionine. So later it is the main constituent of several coenzymes. So here the sulfur again it is acting as main important constituent for what? Several coenzymes. So coenzymes formation concern and the vitamins of point of view, vitamins formation point of view here the vitamins also thiamine and biotin. So likewise next one coenzyme A and the pyridoxine. Actually here the pyridoxine that helps in trapping of light. So like there are different types of chemical compounds or there are different types of chemical constituents are definitely dependent on the sulfur. So here what are the points mainly we have to focus sir means either NEET examination point of view, this point save pannikonga. Sulfur is present in 2 amino acids, one is a cysteine and methionine. Okay, later it helps to maintain the constant of several coenzymes, vitamins also names remember panikungama, thiamine, biotin. And one more coenzyme point of view and as well as a pyridoxine formation point of view also definitely there is a involvement of sulfur. So now in this video or in this class what are the macro elements or what are the macronutrients information which we have been discussed now is nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur. So thereby among 9 macro elements in this class we have discussed the 6, remaining 3 are there. So remaining 3 let us have the information of them in the next class. Thank you ma, be safe at home.